Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our YouTube channel. I am your host, Wisdom, and today we have an exciting video for all our students out there. In this video, we will be diving deep into the highly anticipated 2023 Bece Mock Examiner's report on social studies. Candidates should do their best to listen and watch and put into action suggestions and recommendations to avoid the errors and mistakes explained. But before we begin, if you are new here, make sure to hit that subscription button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update from us. We have plenty of valuable content coming your way to help you excel in your studies. All right, let's get right into it. As you know, the Bece Mock Examiner's report is an invaluable resource for students as well as teachers who are preparing candidates for the upcoming exams. This report provides crucial insight into the examiner's expectations, highlights common mistakes, and offers valuable tips and strategies to improve your performance as a candidate. In this video, we will be focusing specifically on social studies, which is one of the core subjects at the Bece. We'll go through the details that will help unravel the findings of the examiners, recommendations from the examiners, and we will analyze the different topics and question types that students found challenging, with the hope that for each and every issue we raise and provide suggestions or solutions for, candidates and their teachers preparing them will take them very seriously. Now, in the 2022 Bece mock examinations conducted, these are some of the issues that must engage the attention of teachers and their candidates. Many candidates lacked the basic understanding of questions, and so examiners predicted that candidates are not reading the questions posed to them very well. Once a candidate fails to read the question very well or does not understand the requirements of the question, he or she is likely to deviate and provide wrong answers, and in the end score very low marks. Sadly, some candidates waste precious time, ink, and effort by copying questions and sections before providing answers in their section B. What is required of candidates is very simple, and that is to write the question number boldly, followed by the answers required. So, for instance, if a candidate is answering question 1, the examiner requires that the candidate writes Q1 very boldly, followed by the subsection question number. So Q1 A. Then the candidate answers the question which is numbered question 1A. Once the candidate is done, he or she moves to B, which will represent question 1B. These question numbers and their sub-question numbers should be written boldly so that the examiner can easily locate them and be able to match the answers provided by the candidate to those on his or her marking scheme. Some candidates answer questions without even writing the question numbers at all, and that is a dangerous practice. Another challenge candidates exhibited had to do with spelling and grammar challenges. Candidates were unable to spell simple words to help them express themselves. And so it is important that candidates look at the topics and identify the key words in them, and also master how they are spelled, pronounced, and used, so that where a question pops up from a particular topic, they can use these words to express themselves. Another issue that was identified is that students who had fair ideas about the questions asked provided incomplete or half-baked answers. Some of the answers provided were not complete, and so when you read, you are not able to get the full meaning of what the candidate is communicating. In such an instant, the best mark a candidate can obtain is half, and at worst less than half. And if this continues throughout all the questions the candidate attempted, it is obvious that the candidate will be failing the examination. It also turned out that a question that was related to mapping our environment, which required candidates to provide the 8 cardinal points, was not answered very well by nearly all candidates. This clearly shows that candidates may have challenges as far as mapping our environment topic is concerned, and should the examiner during the BEC pose a question from this topic, it is going to create confusion and a lot of wrong answers to be provided. It is sad to state that many of the candidates do not know where to place west and where to place south. They interchange west with east and south with north. And once you get these 4 cardinal points wrong, the other cardinal points in between the 4 cardinal points will surely be wrong. And that was the problem. And so, teachers preparing their BEC candidates for the BEC should take a critical look at mapping our environment with emphasis on the cardinal points, so as to ensure that candidates are well versed with the knowledge in that particular topic. Another challenge that was identified during the marking of the 2023 BEC mocks is this. Writing the wrong question numbers is as dangerous as not writing them at all. And so you find out that a candidate has answered question 4, but the question number the candidate has written for that question is question 3. Sometimes these things happen because the candidate was not too sure whether to answer question 3 or question 4, and in taking the final decision may answer question 4 and end up writing question 3 question numbers. If you do this, you are going to fail, because the examiner is not going to pardon you for some of these little mistakes that you should avoid at this stage. Now, on the first page of every answer booklet, at the bottom section of it is a rectangle where candidates are supposed to write the questions they answered in the order they were answered. Unfortunately, most candidates do not do this. They don't write the question numbers there. And so, how did they go through their preparations in school? What support, directive, help did teachers and schools provide to candidates so that they will know these basic requirements and do them as required? To avoid this, candidates are advised to write the question numbers the moment they are answering them. So if the first question you are answering is question 3, once you write question 3 in the answer booklet proper, and you write the first answer or the first sentence, go to the front cover of your answer booklet and write the question 3 in the space provided there, followed by a comma. Write the question number provided by the comma. Write the main question number provided in the question, followed by a comma. So if it is question 3, write question 3, comma. Do not write question 3A, question 3B, question 3C. That is not what that instruction requires from you. It also turned out that candidates do not have a very good grip over the topics in the BC mock examinations. Because of this, they lacked the ability to write clear answers, convincing answers, answers that actually answer the question. You know, when a candidate understands the requirements of the question and has studied the topic, he or she is able to write and express him or herself and write longer, well expressed and clear answers. Answers that provide the exact information that the examiner requires from them. Another thing candidates were doing in the mocks, which can create problems, is this. Candidates underline answers or key sentences before explaining them, as if they are writing notes in the classroom. Very often when candidates are writing notes, they bolding the first key sentence and underline them. When you take most of the social studies textbooks, they bolding the first key sentence or underline them. These are some of the things that candidates are saying and repeating in the exams hall. In the examination, answers are not underlined. Key points raised are not underlined and giving columns at the end and then deepened before explaining them. And so candidates should avoid this bad practice. Now, some of the topics in Form 2 seem to have been skipped by teachers whilst preparing candidates. And so candidates are unable to answer these questions. With 4 examinations or BC mocks conducted, we kept seeing this in the marking. For instance, candidates have learned about culture, but not everything under culture. Parallel culture, culture assimilation, for instance. Then when you take mapping our environment, candidates seem not to have learned the cardinal points, the types of scale and their advantages, And so when questions are posed around these basic things, students find it difficult attempting them very well. Now, we challenge our learners and social studies teachers to put some of these issues raised into proper perspective and go a step further to revise these topics and help candidates correct all the errors that have been identified. When candidates are answering questions, they should express themselves very well. In social studies, anytime you write an answer that is less than 10 words, it simply means that you don't know it and you are going to lose marks. And so candidates should explain the points and provide answers that come with examples to help them earn the best of marks in each instance. Well done to all the candidates that are doing the right things. We challenge candidates that are struggling to put in their maximum best. So we all get ready for the upcoming BC.